Hi viewers, today's video will be covering a brand that I've never featured before. It's quite a young brand, and this is the one. It's called Maen. Well, I think the official pronunciation from what I've read is Moan, something like that. This company was founded by two Dutch men, and it has strong influences from the USA. They're a Swedish-based company, and they do manufacture some exquisite watches. So this one we're going to take a look at is in here. Very nice presentation. Thank you for your purchase. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Well, you're going to hear them now. Thank you. Right. I do like this box. It's really well made, and then it comes in this leatherette pouch box. And this is the Hudson Mark IV. So I'll just run over the specs on that quickly. I just want to quickly point out how beautiful this watch is. It really is a very good looking watch. So the dimensions, well, the case size is a very pleasing compact 38mm. The lug width is 20mm, and the bracelet tapers down to 16mm. The lug to lug is 46mm, and it's just 129 grams in weight. The thickness is just under 12mm. Now this has a double domed sapphire glass with AR coating, and it's beautiful, very nice. I think the actual crystal there is done really well. And also the lume on this watch is great. It has the C1X1 superluminova. It has a water resistance rating of 300 meters, and the movement is the less common Ronda R-150 automatic Swiss movement. This is a fully Swiss made watch, made and assembled in La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland, and it is very, very well built indeed. Great fit and finish, superb quality, and we'll go over all of that starting right now. So for me, what I like about this watch, the actual looks, I think it is really well designed. I do love that bezel. It's not too wide, not too thin. It's just the perfect dimension for me, and it does have a ceramic insert, which does have a brushed finish, which is a bit more unusual. I do like that look. It's goes very well with that textured sandblasted dial. They describe this dial as a carbon grey, very dark grey, almost black, but they do have an officially black dial as well. But I love this one because it has the red accents on it. I like that little bit of colour. And the actual polishing on the case is really well done. The sides have a lovely horizontal brush finish to them, very finely done. And then you've got the beveled edge there, that's polished, and the tops of the lugs are brushed. The crown really is gorgeous looking, super refined, signed as well. And then the bezel, you can see that serrated edge is polished. Then you've got the insert there, and the markings are etched into that bezel insert. And there you can see the textured dial with all those markers applied perfectly onto the dial, and the logo is applied onto it as well with the words automatic and Hudson, which I think that's the right choice, because printing on that textured dial wouldn't look so good. So that's really sharp. There you can see the logo. Now I'll just go over the name here, a little bit of a history lesson. It's quite interesting because the founders, being Dutch, were inspired by the discovery of New York by Captain Hudson. That's where the name of this watch comes from. And the ship he was on was called the Half Moon. So the That is the old Dutch word for moon. And yeah, that's where it comes from. They do have other watches inspired by names from New York. Now the crown is a screw down crown. Really smooth action, very slick. No grittiness at all, nice pop. Great, smooth, slick, tight action. Really good. And then a super slick date change as well. And of course it is hackable, and you can wind it as well. The bracelet, very smart indeed, has a combination of brushed polishing and then these independent center links on the outside of the middle. The very middle links are polished, and then it has a really smart clasp, brushed finishing there with the polished beveled edge, micro adjustments, and the links are all fitted with screw pins. Really high quality all round. And the case back seems to be a trend with these micro brands, is done in the style of Tudor and Rolex, with that very, very good brushed finish on the centre of that case back, and then the edge is highly polished. Does look very luxurious. So overall the fit and finish for this watch is outstanding, and for the price, this retails at €559 on their website, which I think is a very, very good price indeed. To me this watch feels like something that's worth well over $1,000, certainly comparable to brands like Oris and Longines, and I can say that from experience because I have watches from those brands, and the fit and finish is easily equal to those. I mean, the brushing there reminds me very much of the Longines Spirit. Here's the Longines, and to me I can't see any real difference in that level of polishing and build quality. Here's the Hudson. Just as good. And this is a watch that's over $1,600 retail, and the Hudson compares very well to that. Similar sizes as well. Just feels equal in all departments to the Longines. So for the price of this, I think you're getting a great deal, and I wouldn't be surprised if their prices do shoot up in a few years if they continue to knock out watches of this quality. So yeah, take advantage now while you can, really. It certainly doesn't feel like a watch that's under $1,000 to me. It does feel like something that you'd expect to see rubbing shoulders with these other brands. So yeah, I mean, it really does punch above its weight. For me, it's one of the best watches I've come across for a long time. So I'll just show you how that looks on the wrist now. So there you go, as you'd expect for a watch that's 38mm in diameter. It really does sit very well on the wrist, super comfortable, the lugs curl down, the bracelet tapers very nicely. It's quite lightweight for a stainless steel watch with a stainless steel bracelet, and just very, very comfortable, and looks really classy. Nice legible dial. Lovely stuff. Okay, I'll just show you the lume now so we can see how that looks in the dark. And I have to say, actually, this watch is very close to the type of watch that I would design myself if I had total freedom to make my own watch. This is what it would look like. not far off at all. So yeah, I mean, I did a checklist here. This checklist covers everything that is important to me in a watch. Not too big, not too small, check. Legible dial, check. Double domed AR sapphire, check. 300 meter water resistance, good water resistance, super strong lume, yeah. Ceramic bezel insert, check. Comfortable on the wrist, definitely. All Swiss made, yes. All those points are checked. 14 out of 14. Wow, that really says it all. This watch does tick all my boxes. It's the ideal watch, and probably, when you factor in the price, is one of the very best watches I've reviewed on this channel. So before I wrap up, I just want to zoom in on that dial and show you that in a bit more detail. There you can see the wonderful texture on that dial. Very sharp printing. I do like that splash of red on the handset, and then the 12 o'clock on the bezel, you've got that red triangle. So there you have it, that is it. That's the Hudson Mark IV from Moan, Moan, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's a wonderful brand. I'm sure we'll learn a bit more about them in future. I can see these guys going from strength to strength. I can also see their prices going from strength to strength too. This is superb quality, and they surely can't stay at this price for much longer. So thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed this one. See you next time.